Hello, everybody. This is Jacob Shekel, clinical hypnotherapist and mental strategist, and welcome to another chapter of Unleash Your Mind. Are you a leader or being led? No, I don't want to insult you. I'm just asking. I don't want you to, that your ego will rise up. Just asking you, and there's a reason, and I'm going to repeat that question later. A few days ago, I had a conversation with a consultant, a business consultant, coach here in Spain. We're talking about collaboration. And while introducing ourselves, our stories, I told her about my situation. Like about 25 years ago, I went through 4 crises at the same time, and basically I wanted to end my life. And I mentioned that, and I told her that that experience was one of the best experiences in my life. Sounds ridiculous, right? Sounds absurd, but because how can be the worst situation in your life that you want to end your life, now it's become the best situation in your life. So yes, that's basically was the root and the cause of where I am standing today, right now, and talking with you in this video, because that's what the process that it took me through during those 25 years. Now, those days, there was no any coaches, there was no any personal development. Yeah, there was, but it was not like as popular right now. And there was not something that was, you can find it very easy. And I had to find my own way. So she asked me, how was it? She wanted me to explain it. So 25 years ago, more or less, I went through a divorce. I met a new girlfriend, and she was pregnant, got into pregnancy. Unexpected one, stories, but never mind right now. And then I had to close another company which I had, and I was sued by a bank, which I got a loan for it. And when I came to the bank, I told them that I want to installments. They decided, ego, story of ego. They decided that they want to go to court, and that complicated everything, or the whole situation. Make story short, I couldn't see, I felt that during a year and a half that all these 4 processes went through, I was in a cave, inside a cave, a dark, totally dark cave. And 9 months of those 18 months, I remained at home. I didn't go out. I was really in a bad situation. Now, the only thing that I used to go out was to study. I studied channeling and studied numerology at the time. And I also tried for a while to go to psychologist, and then she was afraid, whatever she was, and she wanted me to go to psychiatrist and to start getting medications. No, thank you, I'm not taking medications. And literally I fired her, because I decided if she cannot help me, why I need to come to waste my time, your time, whatever, my money, whatever. So I decided to quit, and I stopped, and I found my way. During being in that cave, I received 3 insights. One of them was personal. One of them, it was like the first one, it was like, I love my kids more than I'm afraid to deal with my difficulties. And they don't deserve that I'll disappear from their life. So I decided to stay. The second insight, the second and third insight were more in general. The second one was that we don't have control on life. We don't have control on the situations. The third one is that we're responsible for everything. We're responsible. That's our responsibility. Our life is our responsibility. And let me explain that to you. Now, I'm not a religious. I believe in God, but I'm not practicing any religion. And yet, I do believe that everything happens. There is no coincidence, and everything happened for a meaning. Everything happened for a reason. There's something, the big plan, whatever you want to call it. I don't care if it's God, universe, whatever you want, any name. I think He will accept it. He doesn't really mind. You won't be insulted, whatever you call Him. But there is something. And that something is to help us to grow, something to make us better, something to make us wiser, something to make us good, better than where we are right now. And there's a process that we need to go. And the only process to go is going that hard difficulties times in our life. So if we don't have control on the situations, where is our reality? What exactly do we see? Why we see the situation? It's our reality. Because let's take it, and I'm working as well with ex-soldier that had PTSD, the post-trauma syndrome, and let's assume a story of two soldiers at the same hard, difficult situation. One of them is coming with PTSD and the other is coming balanced. And I'm not saying good or bad, I'm saying balanced. Okay? What's the difference? Because they experience the same situation, yet one of them, something affected his life and the other is okay, right? So basically what the difference between these two people is the way that the interpretation that they give to the situation, right? Okay, so if I can control the interpretation, wait, but before we go into control the interpretation, right? Let's see what's happening here. We don't have control on the situation. We don't have control on what happens to us, but we do have control and responsibility on our life to interpret it in the best way we can. Because if I'm interpreting the situation and I'm complaining and I'm saying that everything is, I'm blaming the whole world beside except of myself, then I'm going the wrong way. And that's what happens with most of the people. Now, to have the best interpretations, we need first to have the decision that we are going to take the right interpretation, the right decision. And yet, most people are afraid of taking decisions because when they need to decide A, they need to give up on B. And nobody wants to give up on B or A. So they decide to sit on the fence in between, not to decide, not this, not that. Wrong. The second reason that people don't take decisions is because they are afraid of what other people opinion, what other people are going to tell them. They're going to complain, they're going to say that they were wrong, they're going to, whatever it is. So we are not taking decisions because we don't want to give up, we don't want to lose one of the options, and we're afraid of what the rest of the world will say. Are you a leader or being led? See now where is the connection? Because a leader, a person that leads, he takes decisions. He knows how to take decisions. He decides. He doesn't really care. And to decide doesn't need to take more than this. Not more than this. This is the time that it takes you to decide. Decisions should be taken fast. You can change them later slowly, evaluate, see what happens, but you can change it. But first, take a decision. Decide what you're going to do. Second, stop being afraid of what the rest of the world is going to tell you. Do what you think is right for you. Try not to hurt others while you're doing that, but you cannot, because everybody, whatever you decide, someone is not going to like it. Someone has something to say. Someone has opinion. Someone has whatever. And the leaders take decisions. Leaders take decision fast. And that's the reason I ask you, are you a leader or are you being led? Now, if our perception, if what we see is what creates the reality, we can change that because it's all begins with the paradigms, with the old programming that we were programmed when we were when we were children, when we were young, when whatever. But we can change those paradigms. We can control it. We can change. Today, it's easy to change the paradigms. Now, I'm doing that. I'm working with people through hypnosis, going directly to the paradigm, changing those paradigms. But first of all, there's a cleaning to do. Before we can change anything, we need to clean all the traumas, all the stories, all the hard moments, all the bad times. And I can tell you, I've worked with corporate America attorney, senior attorney, and the issues that he had happened during the age 4 to 6. really. And that's no matter how successful he was, and he was very successful, what holding back all the limiting beliefs, all the walls that he built inside hiding, becoming an introvert because not to show to the world what he has, happened at the age of 4 to 6. Now, I'm offering, you can find here somewhere below this video on the text, I'm going to put a link, and that link is invitation for free consultation. I'm going to 30, 40, whatever we need. I'll give you the time. It's on me. I'm taking the responsibility. That's my responsibility to help you. If you take a decision fast enough and to decide to join me on this call, special call for you, we're going to evaluate where you're standing, what are your limiting beliefs. We're going to evaluate where you're stuck, what's holding you back, preventing you from breaking through whatever glass ceiling that you have in front of you. I'm here to help you. Are you a leader or are you being led? Because if you're a leader, I'm looking forward to see you with me. Come join me on this call. Thank you. This is Jacob Shepherd. See you in the next chapter.